Hello, BMCC Club officers, and welcome to Coach, coaching officers to acquire critical club habits. In this session, we will cover off-campus overnight trips. Now, this form has a lot of areas for you to fill out, and the form must be completed before you submit it. So let's go through the details. First, please note the unique control number at the top of the form. Do not make copies of the form. If you require numerous forms, please ask for multiple forms in the Office of Student Activities. Also, the two shaded areas that say entered by and attendance verification are for office use only. The organization's name is your club's name, and the date is the date that you submit the form. The student contact person is the club member who is working on this trip and knows the most details about this trip. So please provide their name, cell phone number, and email address. The name of the venue is the location that you are traveling to. So provide the name and the full address with city, state, and zip code, along with a contact person and their phone number. Please let us know how many students from BMCC are traveling on this trip. Also, let us know the dates that the club is traveling and the time. What time are you leaving? What time are you getting back? We also want to know more about the trip. Why did your club decide to travel to this location? You can let us know where it says reason for travel. Please note that a properly completed form must be submitted no less than 3 weeks prior to the dates of travel. In this section, each executive officer will provide their name, their own signature, their phone number, and their email address. The club advisor must also do the same. So the club advisor will provide their name, their own signature, their phone number, and their email address. Please read through these sections to learn more about policies related to these trips. As I said before, we want to know more about this trip. So in this section, you will let us know an agenda. What time are you getting to the location? What are you doing? And what time are those activities taking place? Is there a keynote speaker? Are there workshops? Is there a tour? You can put this information here, or if that's not enough space, feel free to attach it to this form. Now, the times of the trip will determine how many meals will be provided by your budget, but we'll talk about expenses shortly. The traveling chaperone is expected to accompany the students at all times in order to ensure a proper behavior is taking place with all of the students. Have students sign the off-campus travel or event attendance sheet and return it to the Office of Student Activities in room S230 upon your return. Communicate directly with a student activities staff member prior to departure for overnight and off-hour trips. There is one chaperone required for every 20 students, and all chaperones must be trained. So the chaperones will provide their name, their signature, travel contact number, and if we can share that number with the traveling students, and an email address. We also want to know, how are you getting to the venue? If you're flying on a plane, let us know the airline and the flight number. If it's a bus or a train, we need to know the schedule and the company, and a contact person and their phone number. Now, this is an overnight trip, so we need to know, where are you staying overnight? What's the name of the hotel or the location that you're staying? What's the full address, including street, city, state, and zip code, along with a contact person and their phone number. This section will be completed by the chaperone. On this page of the form, students will be providing very important information. The travel release summary asks students to give their name, their CUNY first number, their cell phone number, the name of an emergency contact person, and the phone number of an emergency contact person. This is someone that we will contact in case of an emergency. So this person cannot be someone who is already on the trip. Each student will also have to complete a BMCC off-campus activity participation waiver and emergency contact form. You'll print your name, your cell phone number, email address, CUNY first number, gender, your contact person's information. Now, in the name of program area, you will provide the name of the club and the venue you are traveling to, and the dates you are traveling. You will sign here to certify that you are registered for classes of BMCC for the semester in which the above trip takes place, and sign here to certify that you can document completion of Part 1 of the Spark Sexual Assault Prevention online training within the past 12 months of this trip or event. You will then read through this list, put the date that you are submitting this form, and sign. This form has a front and a back, so please turn the form over in order to complete the rest of the form. If you are 18 years or older, please check here. If you are under 18 years old, so if you're 17 years old, 16 years old, you will check here and you will complete the rest of this form, and you need to get it notarized. A parent or guardian will print and sign. This form, whether you're over 18 or under 18, must be submitted before the trip. All BMCC students have or will receive an email with a link to the Spark training, Understanding Sexual Assault, and must complete the online training. Students will not be allowed to serve as club officers until the training has been completed. Students also will not be allowed to attend off-campus trips until the online training has been completed. And students will not be allowed to play on intercollegiate teams until the online training has been completed. Now you're almost done with the form. We need to know about expenses now. So, is SGA providing funding for this event in addition to the budget they allocated to your club? If so, please write the amount that they are providing. If not, please write 0. How much funding is available in your club account? Is there a department providing funds for this event? Write how much they are providing in the other section. If not, please write 0. Total funding is a total of the SGA, club, and other. Next, provide information on how much each budget item costs. How much is transportation costing? How much is hotel? How much are the meals? And again, the times of the trip will determine how many meals can be provided. Are there conference registration fees? Are there admission fees? Is there anything else that you are paying for? If so, how much? If not, put 0. You will total up all the expenses. Last, please make sure to read the association policies so you know what the process is. After the event expenses, Your part is done on this form. Once you submit the event form, staff will use the shaded portion at the bottom to process their form. Now let's see what you remember. What is the name of the online training required for club members to attend off-campus trips? Is it A, Stark, B, SMART, C, Spark, or D, Snark? The answer is C. Students will not be allowed to attend off-campus trips until the Spark online training has been completed. Let's try another one. An off-campus overnight trip form must be completed and submitted how long before the date of the trip? Is it A, 2 weeks before the trip? Is it B, the Friday before the trip? Is it C, the day before the trip? Or is it D, 3 weeks before the trip? If you thought it was D, you are correct. A properly completed form must be submitted no less than 3 weeks before the date of the trip. If you have any questions or want to connect with us, you can visit us in room S230 or connect with us on social media.